Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sprints for Monday night. Hope you all are doing well. I hope you've had a nice holiday. If you, worked over the holiday or if you went back to work today, I hope you had a nice Monday. What are you up to? What are you reading? What are we doing this evening? I am planning on doing some reading. I haven't been doing a ton of reading since the new year started. I'm excited to kind of try to jumpstart that a little bit tonight because I am currently reading one of the Wayward Children books. I think it's something Lost. Oh, I looked before the stream started so that I'd be ready. Lost in the Moment and Found, and I'm about halfway through. So I'm hoping that I can finish that up tonight, maybe, because I only have a couple of hours left on the audiobook, but we shall see. I also have a couple of other things that I might work on, like that aren't books, because that's been the theme lately. So we'll see what happens. Because as you might know, I'm posting a video every day in January, so I do have to keep up with my editing, but I probably won't do that on stream. But anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. We're also going to do a few rolls for my TBR for January because I knew I probably wouldn't have a ton of time or motivation to read before this week, just because I need a little bit better of a schedule in order to really read. I need some structure. So since I was kind of all over the place, and I knew based on sort of how I had been watching a lot of media, I had been watching a lot of booktube, I had been watching a lot of TV and movies and stuff, that I wasn't going to be in a real reading mood up until we went back to regular life, because I went back to work today. So we're going to roll for my TBR tonight as well, and see what happens, because I've already decided we're only going to do 6 rolls. We're not going to do a full bingo board, or I guess 4 rolls. We're going to do a 2x2 board. I was thinking 3x3, but that's 9, and that seems like too many. So we're going to stick by a 2x2 board and do 4 rolls, rather than a full rolling and leaving it up to chance, because I definitely don't need to leave it up to chance. But we're going to say hello first, because I see we have some friends. Hello, Tennille. How are you? How's it going? Thank you again for Tennille helped me catch that I definitely uploaded the same video twice yesterday. So that was very helpful. So thank you again, because I would not have caught it. Tennille's hoping to finish Summon the Keeper first. I feel like the Innkeeper Chronicles might have been inspired by this. Ooh, well, I love the Innkeeper Chronicles, so I'm writing this down so that I don't lose it, because that sounds very fun if it's inspired or even similar. So I'm definitely going to check that out. Hello, Hillary. How are you? Currently reading Fury Song by Rosaria Munda. That sounds great. I think I get this one, and the other one that is, it has a similar, there's 2 that have similar covers. I think I read this one and really enjoyed it, but I'm not ever, I can never say, okay, yes, it is part of the Fireborn series, which I've read the first book and I'd like to go back to, because I really enjoyed it, but I'm not good at remembering pieces, so I have to pick it up soon. Hello. Yes, I have some sprints. I'm going to try to do some sprints casually on Mondays. I'm going to try to keep this up, because this is the night I have free, but I also feel like this is also the night that I tend to not get anything done in my life. So we'll see if it happens, but that's kind of the tentative plan right now. Tennille's feeling a bit meh about it, but likely because I'm doing it on audio and the narrator is mispronouncing all the Canadian place names and getting the accents so wrong. Oh no. I recently read a book, and the accent was it was terrible, and I was so frustrated by it. So I feel this, it's just if you're gonna make a whole audiobook, can we do some due diligence, exactly. Some research and get things right so that you're not like causing irritation to everyone as they're listening. So, no, I totally feel that. Yes, hello, Lucina. I'm so sorry. The L's all got me. But and hello. Yes, we're gonna do a few probably like 2 45-minute sprints tonight. I don't anticipate going much longer than that since we're gonna do some of the TBR rolls and everything, and I turn into a pumpkin at 10 o'clock my time. So till we get a couple of sprints in and kind of just hang out a little bit, it'll probably be that time. But I thought it would be fun. So reading A Study in Scarlet Women, and I'm liking it, but sadly not loving it. I understand. I did love that book, but I understand how it could not be everybody's cup of tea because it has a lot of elements. So yes, hello, thank you. I also have to get back to remembering how to like do sprints a little bit because I always take such long breaks in between. So I always get like I need to remember what everyone's name is based on their handle and also how to say it. And I often get a little tripped up at first. So thanks for the grace. But like I said, we're going to do a couple of rolls for my TBR. So if you don't know how my TBR game works, I typically roll a d20 to determine if I get a reward, basic, or hard prompt. And it's just based on like kind of like D&D. The lower the roll is, the more difficult the prompt is, and the higher it is, the more like of a rewarding prompt it is. So I'm just going to roll twice here and tell you the prompts I get. And then we will, when we come back, I'll tell you which books I'm going to put on my TBR. Sound fun? So I thought this would be kind of a fun way to do it since I didn't want to put the pressure on myself to film a whole TBR video this month and like put together the bingo board. I probably will put together like a small bingo board, but I didn't want to get it started before I was going to jump in January and everything. So, okay, let's see. So I got you probably can't see this camera I got a 10 is the number that this showed me. So that would be a basic prompt. And we're going to just do a little shuffle here and pull out a basic and see what we end up with. Oops, that's a reward prompt. It's not supposed to be here. So let's do this one. Oh, so this is going to be a physical read. I bet this is backwards for all of you, but it's a physical read. So that's interesting because I said in a video, I'm not sure if it was, I think it was the January book tag, that I'd like to read a little bit more physically this year since I read far and away way more audiobooks last year. So this would be a good way to start that. So we'll see what I can come up with for that. And then my second roll is a 13, if you can see that. I'm not sure if you can. Like I said, this camera's a little more difficult to read than my phone camera. So let's shuffle things up again. See what we get. And for this, we're getting a blue book. So we'll see what I can come up with for these till we come back. Let's see. We have some chatting. Oops. I think I overhyped it in my head because everyone loves it so much, but oh well, I'm still liking it enough that I continue with the series. Yeah. It's definitely I kind of was in the same boat that I had hyped it up in my mind for a long time. And then it's one of those reads that I picked up and I just randomly decided to read it because it was available from my library, if I remember correctly. And so the pressure I didn't have time to let the pressure get to me. So even though I had been hyping it up for a while, because I read it kind of on a whim, it didn't end up affecting me that much. So I got kind of lucky that way because that can really, really affect how I feel about books. Tindall was also thrown by the jumping around in A Study in Scarlet Women. It's why I didn't get a 5 for me, but I still liked it a lot. Yeah, it does kind of, the narrative does like jump around quite a bit. Oh, good. Yay. I wasn't 100% sure. It's backwards for me, but I do know that I have like reversed my camera so that when I point, I go the right way. So I wasn't sure if it was correct for you guys or not. Reading more physically is also one of my goals this year. We can do it. Yes, we can. Even if it's just like one book a month, I'd just like to kind of get back into that habit of reading a bit more physically, because I read on audio mostly for convenience, but I also kind of want to kind of just slow myself down and just like sit and enjoy my reads a little bit so that I'm not always trying to read constantly, if that makes sense. So not that that's a problem. I still, like, when I'm really in a reading mood, I want to read as much as I can, but it's just nice to kind of like force yourself to have a little downtime. Like, at least I think so. But we can definitely do it. I have 2 physical only reads on the go / read along / buddy reads, 550 pages and 650 pages. I'd prefer to have just one physical read at once. That's a lot of pages. It's the Talon Sister. Oh, I saw you reading this on Danny's Sprints the other day. Are you enjoying it? I think you were both reading it. And Falling in a Sea of Stars. I haven't heard of either one of these, but they both sound very interesting. And the cover of Talon Sister is like really cool, if I remember from Danny's Sprints. So nice. Yeah, I used to pretty consistently have an audio, a physical, and a ebook like read all going at the same time. Like I'd take my Kindle with me to work and stuff and read at lunch, and that was like my workbook. And then I'd have like my audiobook for driving, and I'd have my physical read for at home and relaxing. And I moved, so I didn't have such a long commute, so that definitely like cut that out. And then I also like share an office now, so I don't get as much of a chance to like sit and read on lunch. So it's like some life stuff changed, and that kind of like helped change what I read when. So, but yeah, I'd like to get back into reading physically just a little bit more. Hello, Brooklyn. How are you? How is your new year going? I hope you're well too. I'm pretty good. I had to go back to work today, so it's like a little sad today, but overall it was like a, it's that ease in day, so we're doing good over here. It is a lot of pages, but I'm glad if you're enjoying both, I'm sure that makes it go a little bit easier. Talent Sister has Griffins, and Falling in a Sea of Stars is a Green Rider book 8. And yeah, I know you love that series. Those are big, chunky books though. So I'm glad you're enjoying it, even like that deep in the series. It makes all the pages like worth it. Bree in Progress. Hello. How are you, Bree? Or if you want me to call you something else, let me know. Um, Happy New Year. Yes, the going back to work after Christmas is hard. We were joking at my job because we like all of us kind of have a vacation week in the summer too, and we're like, which one is more difficult? Is it coming back from like the holidays, or is it coming back from your like summer vacation? Like we're like, me and my coworker, we're both lucky in that we kind of both have that chance to take that time away. And we were just kind of like, which day hurts us more? And we didn't really have an answer. It's just all kind of like, we're back to work. So okay, sounds good. All right, so I have been chatting for a little bit of time here, so we're gonna do 45-minute sprints. Like I said, we'll probably end up doing like 2 sprints tonight, just to kind of have a little bit of productivity for the evening. But I'll see you all when we get back, and I'll have those TBR reads to tell you about. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. How was your sprint? Let me know what you got up to. We had a few people join us as well. So welcome in if you joined during that sprint. If you haven't already, let us know what you were working on, what you were up to. Sorry, I heard a weird noise. I was working on listening to Lost in the Moment and Found. I also was chatting with my sister and deciding on my TBR books. So if you weren't here at the top, we are choosing 4 TBR books for me for the month of January. Since I haven't been reading a ton, I'm trying to keep it small, but I did want to do some kind of TBR for this month because I like to have a bingo board. So I did choose 2 prompts for that, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But I did read a bit of Lost in the Moment and Found, and there was just a reference to one of the other Wayward Children books. So that was a fun little moment. But I'm at 64%. I have a little less than 2 hours left on the audiobook, which I'm listening at 1.5 speed. So I'll probably have, a little less than that, even that's not adjusted in the Libby app. So I don't know that I'll get it done tonight, but that's about how much time I have left. So let's say hello to everybody who was here. So Bree mentioned that they're a multi-book reader. I usually have at least one audio and one physical going on. Currently, my audiobook is The Storm by Rachel Hawkins, and my physical is The Second Chance by Melissa Weisner. Very nice, very nice. And hello, Michael. How are you? Working on War of the Worlds. Ooh, that's fun. That's very classic sci-fi. Are you enjoying? Are you having a good time? That always makes me think of like it kind of being not necessarily like the OG audiobook, but didn't they read that over the radio and like people thought it was real? So like it's kind of like an OG audiobook type thing. Hello, Glenda. How are you? Happy New Year. Hello. Good evening. I'm about to make some dinner and then sit down and read. Currently reading an older thriller called 11 by Caroline Arnold. Very nice. Are you having a good time? Are you enjoying the thriller? I was just talking about this with someone because someone like in my life was saying that they like mainly read thrillers, and I was like, I feel like I know nothing about thrillers. So we were just like, it was one of those conversations where you're like, oh, you're a reader too, and then we were like, oh, we read different things, but it's still fun to talk to someone who's a reader. And hellos to everyone. Hello, Ro. How are you? Hello. Yes, Tennille has the same question. Are you enjoying it? Tennille finished Summon the Keeper, very nice, and did today's Duolingo / wrote the vocabulary in my notebook. Very nice. That reminds me, I have to check if I did Wordle today because I have a streak going. I'm not very good at keeping up on it every day, but now I've done it for a few days in a row and it kind of like keeps me going. So now I have to check if I did finish it. So Glenda is reading a dark academic fantasy called An Arcane Inheritance by Camila Cole, and it just recently came out last month. Very nice. Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun? I haven't heard of this one. I'm not a big dark academia reader, but I am a fantasy reader and sometimes a dark academia reader. So I'd be interested to know what you think. Took a shower and then kept reading and reached a part that really annoyed me, so that's not fun. Ooh, uh-oh. Well, I hope you can like relax and maybe the book will go back in a vein that that is not annoying to you. Made it to 58% in Fury Song and loaded the dishwasher. Very nice, very nice. I also did like a little bit of dinner cleanup in that sprint. So just there's always something. There's always like one dish that I miss. Ended up making dinner and listening to Green Glass House by Kate Milford. Couldn't focus on War of the Worlds and do anything else. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I'm sure it's complicated. This is my third time trying to read it. It's now or never. Oh my gosh. What made you put it down previously? Is it complicated? Like you were saying you couldn't do anything else. Is it just something you really have to focus on? Or is it like the themes? I'm curious, just like why hasn't it worked out before? Is it just the like timing of it all? Carrie says, I'm typically a romance reader, but I feel like this year will be a year where I branch out to more mystery, thriller, and horror books. Very nice. I like that a lot. I made like a little bit of a, like, I know I keep talking about goals, but that's kind of just what's on my brain because I've been thinking about how I want to try to figure out more of the buzzwords and like the tropes that work for me in, like, I read a lot of urban fantasy, paranormal fantasy, that type of like it's set in our world, but there's magic. And I kind of want to finish a little more or figure out a little more what I like in high fantasy and in romantasy. So that's kind of like something that I am thinking about here in the new year. So I hope you have a great year of reading. That's really fun. It is fun to like dip into new genres because I feel like there's always then like if I go into a new genre and I find a book I like, it's like there is now a whole world of books reopened to me. Like you can find all those things that are like popular or like favorites of people's that you haven't experienced before. So that's really exciting. You have a whole new group of books to look at. The Green Glass House is on my TBR. Let me know how you like it. Oh, fun. I think it's just always felt too slow for how short it is. I got to remember that it's a classic and it's actually very accessible. Nice. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, sometimes more classically written books can feel a little clunkier to me. I feel like we've gotten to a point where they're like books are really fast paced in compared to classics. So well, I hope you can get through it because that's like if it's like fun and if it's really accessible, like hopefully you can get your way through it. But let's see here. So I'll take this down for a second and show you. So if you weren't here, the two prompts I picked were physical read and blue book. So we're going to tell you what I picked for my TBR. So if you've seen, basically, I want to reread Game Changers, which is the first book in the Heated Rivalry series, which I've been like obsessed with in the December and January. So I read this on audio. The audio was kind of like a mixed bag for me. So I'm going to try to physically read this. I also want to tab it and annotate it. So that's my plan for physical read. That could also count for blue book, but we're gonna choose two books for this plan. We're gonna try to give like options. So the other pick was blue book, and for this I'm gonna try to read Witchlands this month, which is the final book in the it's Witchlight, which is the final book in the Witchlands series. So I'm hoping I can get through this. I started it in November and I was in a bit of a reading slump. So I'm hoping that I can get to it this month. I really want to finish this book and finish this series this year. So I think if I read it sooner rather than later would be good because I reread all of the Witchlands last year. So that's kind of the plan. So we have two picks done. That's fun. And two that I think I like were already in my mind. So I'm not choosing anything that's like way out of what I was already having in mind to read, which is always good with a TBR game. You can always kind of like get like not backed into a corner because I could always say like, oh, I'm not going to read for this prompt and I'm not real strict with my TBR, but it's nice when you can put things on that you were already thinking about reading. I get what you're saying. I started reading more mysteries last year and now that's all I want to read. Yeah, exactly. Like when you dip your toes into a new genre, you have like all the backlist that exists. So plus anything new that's coming out. So yeah, it's very fun. Hello, Paco. I hope work is going well. You're reading Our Vicious Oaths. Ooh, that sounds fun. I'm about 60 pages into Green Glass House, and it's nice so far. After a bunch of heavy Lit fix in December and into January, and middle grade is a nice switch up. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds nice. Like that would definitely be like a lighter read. Even if it's not lighter in topic, it's like lighter in like prose. So nice. I love that. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. I love that for all of us. It's good book wise, works okay. 2 hours left. Well, I hope it goes quick for you. Cause yeah, the end of the day is always like I get to I'm done at 4 and like that last like hour is always like rough. But all right, so we're gonna do 2 more rolls for my TBR. So I'm gonna roll the d20 again, and that'll tell me which pile I'm picking up from, whether it's hard, basic, or reward, and then we'll see what we get up to. Oh, well, that's a 3, so that means we have to pick a hard prompt. Hopefully not too hard. Let's see. I'm just shuffling on here. Let's choose this one. Okay, a good way to start the year. A TBR vet, so something that's been on my TBR for longer than a year, which is usually how I play this card. So that's good because I one of my goals is to make sure I read more of my backlist TBR books. So okay, that won't be too challenging, but it's good prompt. Oh, okay. Then we have 16, which means I get a reward. So the dice take away and it giveth. Let's see. Free space. All right. So I can just pick any book on my TBR. I usually play this card one of 2 ways. If it's a big board, I truly give myself like a free space that I don't have to choose a book. But if it's a small board like this, I just get to choose whatever I want to read. So that's exciting. I already have something in mind for that. Yes, exactly. Balance. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yay, free space. It's a fun card. I do like that when that comes up because I can I get wiggle room within my wiggle room. So anyway. All right, so I will pick I lost the card already. Oh, here it is. My game is being so nice. Like I'm trying to be kind to myself by only choosing 4 prompts, but it's also being very nice to me and like giving me things that I want. So hopefully this is a good tone to the year for the game. I'm really happy with how this game generally works out because I'm a mood reader and like generally I have enough room within my prompts to choose something that I want to read. I'm not like backing myself into a corner too often. So yeah. So it's not often real mean to me, but sometimes it's more of a challenge. Read it after the TV vet as a reward. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I should honestly read the TBR vet like first so that the rest of these are a reward because the TBR vet will probably be the one that's like not that I don't want to read it, but it's just one that has been hanging around longer so it's not as like shiny as a new book if that makes sense. So, all right, well, we have our 4 picks. So, very nice. So we'll probably go into another sprint. It's only 8:15, so we might be able to do a third one after this because that'll be 9 o'clock for me. Yeah, we'll see how we're all feeling when we get back. But yeah, we'll do another 45 and I'll see you all when we return. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. How was your sprint? What did you get up to in those 45 minutes? I did pick my TBR books and I did do a little bit of reading. I also got quite distracted by my phone. That's the trouble. I went on there to look something up and then I got distracted. So I did a little bit of all the things. But yeah, the 45-minute sprints go by quite quickly. So it was a nice little break. So I said before we left that I picked TBR Vet. So I decided that we are going to go for the ultimate TBR Vet here and choose Mr. Impossible, since I picked Witchlands and I thought I needed to work on a series. I was like, let's put Mr. Impossible on here, work on another series. And this is also one that is kind of intimidating to me because I'd like to, get the series done and everything. So that was my TBR Vet pick. And then for Free Space, I ended up deciding to pick up, this is Discount Armageddon. This is the first book in the series. I don't have a physical copy of Spelunking Through Hell, which is the next encrypted book that I'm on. And I'm going to be buddy reading this with a friend soon. So I thought I should probably get that on the TBR as well, so that I'm all ready to read it when we actually put it on the calendar and everything. So those were my two little TBR picks. And then I think, oh gosh, I'm knocking things over. I'm at 72% of Lost in the Moment and Found, and it has taken a little bit of a turn. I do like these books. They're very easy to listen to. So I'm enjoying that one a lot. I'm also getting kind of sleepy. So it might be our last sprint, and we'll just say that I'm not going to go right until 10 o'clock. Maybe another night, but I think this is going to end up being our last sprint, just because I am tired. But I mostly worked on making a choreography for the community center on Thursday. That's very nice. I love that, Tennille. Very cool. I like how Michael said, gotta lock in. Turns out I did not lock in. That was also sort of me. I was like, I'm gonna read this book. I'm gonna pay attention to my book and keep going after I pick my TBR things. And I did not. I got distracted. Carrie says, 8 Jenner and read about 6% of my thriller. Very nice. Made it to 65% in Fury Song. Very nice, Hillary. Carrie enjoyed Discount Armageddon. I really like this series. It's a very fun series. I honestly love a lot of what Shauna McGuire writes, as far as her long series and her urban fantasy series. But this one's fun. It's very unique in kind of what we're doing, because it's got all the cryptids and the different main characters and everything. So it's a very interesting series. I got a little bit burnt out on it at the end of last year when we were buddy reading it. And got at the end of, I think, October, we had read 2 or 3 over the course of the fall, and I just got tired. But I would like to jump back into it again and get kind of caught up on the series, since I think we only have 4 more, and then another one comes out this year. So we'll see what happens, but I'm very much enjoying the series. It's a lot of fun. I am also sleepy. I didn't sleep well since it was my first day back at work too. My sleep schedule has been way off these past 2 weeks. Same. I really I really tried to put myself back on a little bit of a sleep schedule over Saturday and Sunday in preparation for Monday, but it didn't work. I didn't pay attention. So yeah, I think if you went back to work from the holidays today, I think we're all just feeling that we're back on that schedule type thing. All my alarms went off before I got out of bed this morning. All of them. I have 3 or 4 set just to make sure I get out of bed and everything. And they all went off before I got out of bed. Jacob Elordi won last night's Critics' Choice Award for Best Supporting. He wins the Oscar. Oh, hoping he wins the Oscar. Very nice. Is this for Frankenstein? Is that what he was winning for? I assume. I don't know. I do want to watch Frankenstein at some point. Is that the same guy? Is that the right person? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Ro. I was like, I think I have this, and then I doubted myself. But yeah. Well, I'm sorry to end the sprints after talking about maybe doing another one, but I am quite tired, and I think we'll just call it here tonight. But if I get in the habit of doing these on Monday, it would normally go a little longer. But tonight I'm just feeling the tired, so I think I'll go maybe lock in on my book and just see how far I can get before I get really, really tired. I also want to do a few admin things before I go to sleep so that I'm working on my video stuff as I need to. But yeah, maybe it's just a tired night. Maybe we're all just, got a case of the Mondays, just kind of tired. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I don't even remember turning off all my alarms. I woke up 30 minutes before I needed to be at work. Thankfully, work is just 3 minutes away from me. Thank goodness, Ellery. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you woke up in enough time that you could get there. That's a little stressful. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody, and picking my TBR with me. And I'll see you all tomorrow again for another video, and hopefully next Monday, as long as nothing gets in the way of that. But all right, I have to hit the right button and not just leave you like I always do. All right, bye everyone.